Warp Type Wednesday.
I'm hot off playing Battletoads, Jay.
I watched a little bit of it. You did pretty good. Did you get past the snake pit? I never saw.
Right, yeah, we were going through, and I was hung up on that, and I did just complete it. I was like, yes, like one of the last attempts because I was like, I have to record the podcast. I need to get off.
Hey, I appreciate the extra time. It got me. I was able to at least be waiting on you. I just had to get the AirPods, whatever they're called, figured out.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. But yeah, I picked this game up, I think 2 weeks ago at a convention, and everyone's like, oh, you should stream it. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. So I did start off. We went to the turbo tunnel, and I got pretty close. And then I was like, you know what? It's time to bust out the old game genie.
So did you actually get past the turbo tunnel, or did you have to bypass it with the game genie?
So what we found out, so I was using the game genie codes. Infinite continues, enemies take more damage, and when you eat a fly, it gives you maximum health. Those are the three codes that I had chosen. So I was like, all right, beat the first level easy, went down the tunnel, easy, got to the turbo tunnel. And we had gotten to a section where you have the ramps, and I was going off the first ramp, landing fine. But when I would hit the second ramp, it would just have me fall no matter what I did. Wouldn't touch the controller. If I hit the controller, tried to move, constantly would fall. So I said, I bet you one of the game genie codes is messing with the I don't know, something in the code of the game.
I actually heard you mention that on the stream.
That's the only thing I could think. So I turned off the Nintendo, turned it back on, and we used a Game Genie code to go straight to Turbo Tunnel. And I put Turbo Tunnel, I put Infinite Continues, and what was the other one I did? I forgot. One more. Oh, it was the enemies take more damage. I got rid of that one. And then that helped me get past. So something with that code made me miss the
Gotcha.
ramp. And so I straight
Go
up
ahead.
beat it.
Sorry.
I ended up beating it. I mean, I had infinite continues, but I did beat it like legit, I guess.
That very last section is madness.
Well, also there's
Where it's like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like
just
so fast.
You're not even looking. You're just hitting the button basically. But one of the bricks or walls, whatever you want to call them, is like sparkling, and that is a warp zone. So
That's
if you
warp.
mess up, so if you go like up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 like twice or something, you'll hit the wall but go into a warp zone.
Right. If you crash on that one, you get lucky. When I beat this game several years ago, this was probably like I don't know, 2016. I played this game every single day from like February to the last day of May, because I was like, oh god, if we're gonna go into June, I'm still gonna be playing this. But I finally beat it the last day of May. But the two brags I have was I did not use a single continue, and the way you can tell if somebody continues is if they have a lower score. If someone makes it to the end of the game, it's all nines. And then
Oh, nice.
my other brag is I did not use a single warp. I played every level.
Because there's multiple warps, I think, in the game.
There's actually one in the very first level if you can be fast enough.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
And I think that warps you to the turbo tunnel maybe. And then there's the turbo tunnel warp. And then there's one more somewhere. But I played every single level, and I would just play it over and over. Sometimes I play it twice a day. This was when I wasn't working as much. I was only working weekends.
Yeah.
And my kids were much smaller, so while they were napping, I would play.
Yeah, that's good strategy.
So I had Battletoads updates. There's a lot of swearing in those videos, so be warned. Because I was very angry most of the time when I played it.
I did do I could show off. I made Battletoads NES overlays. They came out real sick.
Oh yeah, I like that.
So if you guys are listening, you're not able to see it, but I made a Nintendo overlay with like kind of like the cover, and it says Battletoads, and they're in space and stuff. But I figured
Kind of has like that pink Milky Way look.
Yeah,
kind of around the D-pad.
What's funny is I ended up bringing this into Photoshop because this part here was already an image, like this side. So this
Mhm.
half I just like selected in Photoshop and used AI to generate and
Oh, that's sick.
just put mimic. So I was like, boom, done. And I was like, yeah, that fits.
It looks perfect. I would have never known. That's so smart.
So, because a lot of the stuff I like to do for the NES controllers and whatnot are the dimensions aren't wide enough to fill a NES controller. So it needs either you got to stretch it so then your image is really zoomed in, or you have to find a
Right.
way to expand it. And now with the generative fill feature in Photoshop, it's a godsend.
Godsend.
Perfect. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I was having a good time with Battletoads. I said we got past the snake level. That was probably harder, I'd say, than the turbo tunnel, just because even if, you never played it before, you don't know where these snakes are going or where you have to jump or hang on to. So it takes lots of trial and error. And I can only imagine playing it back in the day without infinite continues. Like I was lucky to have the game Genie on, so I could just die, 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 and like, oh, okay, I got to change this and do this.
Right, it's a lot of memorization for sure, and some of those jumps are finicky, like, you gotta time them just right.
Yeah, they'll have like two spikes and one below it, so you kind of got to go on an angle to get through.
Right. It's
Definitely
crazy though, the way that game works, like, you can get really good at it. Like, I regret not playing it every single day since I beat it, because it's, like, such memorization and muscle memory, but the variety of gameplay that Battletoads offers is pretty awesome. It's got some wild levels at the end, like, there's one called Rat Race, I don't know if you ever seen that one,
maybe
but it's
not.
like you're, like, going down this big, like, level and, like, you're, like, running and you're trying to beat this rat, and there's
Oh,
parts
right,
where
right,
you just, like, free fall, and you have to, like, free fall perfectly through these little cut out pieces of the floor, and if you just screw up once and there's you can hit the rat to, like, slow him down if you time it just right,
right.
but it is super hard. It's crazy. It's fun though.
Well, it's funny. I was watching in preparation Bootsy's video from Angry Video Game Nerd,
I'm surprised you didn't see, like, 1,000 comments from me on there because I watched that, like, every day when I played that game.
and I didn't realize like I think it's either a 3 or 4 part video just to get. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of levels in this game. Like I think I watched 3 parts of it because I
Yeah.
remember him doing the rat race. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, he does a really good job breaking it down. Actually, on my channel, I did like 100% playthrough, like description, like is that's not the word. What am I trying to say? Like
Like a voiceover.
explanation.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like a voiceover, like because I captured my gameplay of the entire time I beat it. So I did like a little voiceover explaining like what I did. And it's so funny because like it was so in my head from playing it 1,000 times I could like explain everything I was trying to do.
I should do one, but make it like satire or whatever. Like, and here's where I put in the game Genie code to get infinite lives. And
Yeah.
this is where I save state it
This
1,000
is where I
times.
drank a sip of juice.
Stop for a slice of pizza.
That's right.
But yeah, so it's good playing some Battletoads. Um, I got to get back into. I was pretty close to Axiom Verge 2, beating it, so I might try to play that a little bit tonight, just to try to get to the end of that, so I could put the kibosh on that and say I beat that.
What does the kibosh mean?
I don't know, but you put it on something to tell that it's done.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I've never
Put
heard that
put the
statement before.
kibosh on.
I'm gonna start putting the kibosh on everything.
There
That's what
we
she
go.
said.
Speaking of kiboshes, make me think.
Okay.
Good segue.
Yeah.
Kiboshes. I was thinking of kibasi, and then that made me think of hot dogs. And I just did a hot dog eating contest challenge at Doogie's with my friend. There were 2 2-foot long hot dogs with fries and a drink, and you had 20 minutes to eat it.
How did that go, Russ?
Well, it went. Not as I anticipated, but I wasn't gonna finish them. I went in saying like, "Hey, whatever, we're filming it. Let's make a fun video." Let's see, I could bring up a photo.
When does the
It
video come out?
The video is up on. I mean, oh, well, hey, we're on here. I could just bring up the
It's
video
already
real
up?
quick. Yeah, I took
Oh,
two
I'm
days
gonna
to
watch it
edit it.
tonight.
I'll
I
just
can't
show.
wait to see it.
Let's see here. It's on my second or third or whatever you want to call it
Snacky
channel.
snack time.
Right.
Russ's
So
98th channel.
if you just search snacky snack time and maybe put Russ Lyman in it, then the channel should pop up. But we got
Oh, I can't wait to watch this.
hot
You were
dog eating
supposed to text
contest.
me and tell me this was up. You didn't. You failed me.
I did fail you.
It's okay. It's okay.
We got
Ooh, orange creamsicle. There's all kind of stuff on here I ain't seen. All right, I'm
yeah.
gonna be binging this tonight.
Again, the meat sweats.
Snacky snack time.
My,
That's so funny.
my friends ended up filming me coming in. So I'm pulling in with the Mario Kart car. But here, you just see the hot dogs with us coming over. Here's the
Oh
dogs.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. What did that cost?
It was $50.
What?
I thought it was $40 for the challenge, but it did go up, so it was $50.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's insanity.
So you
Yeah,
could
there's
see
no
there
way I could eat that.
we got bacon, double order of bacon. I got sauerkraut and caramelized onions on mine. And I think Mike did double bacon and two types of cheeses. So Mike was able to, well, dude, I don't know if I want to ruin it for
Yeah,
you
don't spoil it.
before I
Don't
say.
spoil it because I want to see it. I just it makes me want to eat one so bad. Like looks delicious.
Yeah, I mean they were very delicious for sure. And we had a little crowd there going through, and it was a good time. I will say they told us the record holder ate both of those in under 4 minutes,
What?
and it's
What
like
kind of
this
animal did that?
literally like this girl's tiny girl, and she was just
No.
like a snake, like just like just I'm like she's not even chewing. I don't think like four
It's like
minutes.
wonder if she does OnlyFans.
Who knows? But after that, finished the hot dogs, and then there was a trade night event at Congo. It was called Congo, Connecticut Gamers Organization, what Congo stands for, at Retro Games Plus. So they stay open. They let you bring in what you want to trade and sell. You could set up a little table. So there's about, 8 or 10 people with tables selling stuff. So I had a little bit of money left over from the hot dog challenge. So I went around and I picked up two NES games. I don't think I have them handy.
Oh, I meant to mention earlier, I was surprised that you didn't have Battletoads already. That was kind of shocking.
Yeah, and so I picked Battletoads up, and so at Congo I picked up Bubble Bobble. It wasn't in my list, so I guess I didn't have
I don't
that.
have that game either.
And then I picked up Low G Man because I just beat it on stream.
Low G Man. Low T
Um,
Man.
Low T Man, and then I did pick up 3 Nintendo Powers from my buddy for $30.
You know what low T is, right, Russ?
Low T, no,
Low testosterone.
Low T Man. He could be a superhero for.
The worst superhero of all time. He's like so
Yeah,
weak and puny.
yeah. um, but I was looking for this particular one.
Forgive me if you guys heard me crunching ice earlier.
So if you guys see this Nintendo Power out with Mickey, the Magical Quest, this is volume 44 of January. And I had a note in my phone to pick this one up because
Does that have the Donkey Kong in it?
no,
Oh, it's got the controller.
it's got the controllers, but someone had already taken them. But what's unique, I didn't know, they had Super Nintendo ones.
Dude, do I have that?
They
I
had Super
should.
Nintendo and they had Game Boy overlays, which some of the
Lame
buttons are
boy.
still there. And
I don't know if I have that one.
this does have an like an
Oh,
R
the
wing.
Star Fox. You
Yeah.
know what's funny? I just watched the episode of AVG and where he tried to put that together.
So I'd still like to get a clean issue where it has the decals in it. But he gave me a discount on it because it was missing that.
Still cool.
Yeah. So I had picked that one up and a few others. So it was overall a pretty good time there. Oh, and then the prior night I was in New York City. It was a busy weekend, Jay.
Russ, the traveling man.
So Friday night I met with my buddy Devin. We took the train into the city, and we ended up going to the Goldfinger show. And they,
Did they play that song I mentioned?
I'm sure they did. Superman?
No, February
Oh,
came.
they didn't. No, they didn't.
Oh, what a loser.
They, they played, they ended up covering, "Woo, when I feel heavy metal, woo." They had
No,
the
that's
guitarist
stupid.
come out and sing it, so I was like, "Okay." But, yeah, they did Here in My Bedroom, they did Superman, they did Open Your Eyes,
I
and
like
then
Open Your Eyes.
I was curious too, I didn't know if, Mike from MXPX was gonna be playing bass because MXPX is, like, playing a bunch of shows, but he came out, and I was like, "Yes, cool," because I had my MXPX jacket and hat on. I was like, "Let's go." But that was a pretty good show, and then we got pizza, hopped on the train, and I got home at, like, 1 AM, and then I had work at 6.
Ooh, that's a rough night for a
Yeah.
42-year-old man.
So then I had to work from 6 to 2:30, got out of work, and then me and my wife ended up driving up to Hartford. My buddy Tom Ryan was doing a art exhibit at a brewery, so we hung out there for a few hours, and then the Sunday was the hot dog eating contest and Congo trade event. So I was like, "Oh, good god, Izzy
I
B."
wish I had a name like Tom Ryan. It's a
Tom
power
Ryan.
name.
It's a good
When
name.
both of your first and last name are first names, it's like a power name.
Russ J. Doesn't
Russ
flows.
J should be my real name. I'm changing it. I'm now Russ J.
Um, oh, look here, I made this cool thing. We could chat real quick.
Let's see it.
I I was chatting with my buddy Tom.
Tom
Let's see.
Ryan. You gotta say both of his names.
Oh, other Tom. This is Tom Bullman.
Oh,
We got
oh,
we got
oh.
we got boom, Bull Airs right there. He gave us a code. If you
Look
put
at
in
that code.
Warp Pipe 10, you'll save 10% off your order on bullairs.com. He's got shoes, t-shirts, jackets, a whole bunch of goodies on there.
You
I was
name
like,
it. He's
you
got it.
name it. He's dropping when when you hear this, you already missed the drop, but tomorrow is the drop for he's doing Fallout shoes and a jacket, which look pretty sick. I don't know if you caught the I haven't watched it yet, but on Amazon they have the new Fallout show.
No.
Did you watch
I
it?
have
Did
Amazon. I don't
you have
know anything
Amazon?
about Fallout, though.
Yeah,
What
I
is the
mean,
synopsis?
it's like post-apocalyptic world with I don't know. I barely played the
With
game
Bull Airs?
with bullets. Here's the shoes he's dropping.
Those are sick.
So everything's like blue and yellow. So they have like the jacket. I know one of the vaults is 111. So there's like a leather jacket that has that on there. And I
I
know a lot
wish
of
I could
people
rock
cosplay with
shoes
it.
like that, Russ.
Yeah, it's tough to get some of the shoes together with an outfit if you're
I'm
not
not
at a
urban
convention.
enough.
You're not urban enough.
I don't know what you would describe those shoes, but it's like it's very, like, New Yorky, streety. I just
Right.
can't. I'm more like I'm like the South Carolina kid that wishes he was the California kid. That's what I am.
Okay.
Hence all the Ruka clothing.
I'm surprised you haven't picked up any what's Tom DeLonge's new clothing line? Into the
To the
Stars?
Stars.
To the
Yeah,
Stars
I've
stuff.
thought about it. I thought about it.
I
I
went
thought
on there,
about
saw
getting it.
some beanies and stuff. I was like, "Man, maybe I'll get something so I have something to wear to the Blink show that's not
Yeah,
just a Blink shirt."
I'm thinking about grabbing a To the Stars shirt. He's got a really cool one that's like it says aliens are real, but it's got the F word on it. And so like can't really rock that around my family. So I'm like, plus I work at a church and I'm like,
Wear it at
also,
work.
I got if I got saw in public, I'd probably be fired on the spot. So I can't I'm just gonna have to get that To the Stars. But I think I might grab one before the Blink show, maybe. So I
Fair
can
enough.
dress up and pretend I'm Tom. I used to wear Atticus shirts all the time
Yeah, it's
and
good stuff.
Macbeth.
Someone, speaking of shirts, someone ordered a weekly Warp Pipe shirt.
Sweet.
So I had to get that sent out. If you check out the weeklywarpipe.com, we do have merch up there. So you have t-shirts, stickers, magnets, pins, mugs, and
Thongs. Just kidding, we don't have
thongs.
those.
Maybe, hey, if you guys want one.
If for the girl listeners or the guy listeners,
Or the guy listeners.
we
You
don't
could check
judge.
out that. What else we got? What else is happening?
Let's see. Well, can I talk about hockey for just a second?
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get the hockey talk
So
in.
so here so here's my cup. Good. My Pittsburgh Penguins played their last game tonight, Russ. They were eliminated yesterday by the Washington Capitals, who beat the Philadelphia Flyers with an empty net goal that they shouldn't have even allowed. Anyway, so the Penguins are out. They played their 82nd game tonight because it's an 82 game season. It did not matter if we won or lost because it wasn't going to get us in the playoffs. And that's 2 years in a row we haven't been in the playoffs after what, like 17 years that we were in. So I'm a little sad, but as a um, closet Toronto Maple Leafs fan, I'll be pulling for the Maple Leafs, even though they will probably get exited the first round. Go Leafs. And that's been your hockey talk with NES Addict.
Nice, nice. Good old hockey stuff.
So that'll go until June, and then the Stanley Cup will be awarded, and then I'll have roughly a month where I'll shut up about it, and then it's draft, and then it's free agency, and then August I'll probably shut up about it, and then September it's back.
It's back. Boom.
So my
Bada
wife
bing.
gets like 2 months out of 12 where I probably don't say
Don't
much
talk it.
about hockey.
Not bad. Trying to think. At work, they were playing something with golf. I don't know if you follow
Okay,
golf at all, but I guess like some big
I know the Masters
tournament.
just happened.
Yeah, yeah. So he was like streaming that. Tiger Woods was in it still. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay. So I was
I don't
like,
know
all
who
right,
won, but they got the green jacket. Somebody got the green jacket.
there you go. So
The one that Happy
congratulations.
Gilmore was like, "Hey, when are you gonna get one to Shooter McGavin?"
You know they're making a sequel to that. Did you hear?
I did hear. That's exciting. I love Happy Gilmore. I'm a little nervous about a sequel because some things are just perfect, Russ,
Right.
and Happy Gilmore is one of those things.
It's like where can they take the story
Well,
with
think
it
about Dumb
now?
and Dumber, also perfect. They
Right.
tried it 2 more times. I think they tainted it a little bit.
Well, also they didn't have the original actors in like the third one, right?
The second one they didn't. The third one they did.
Oh, okay. So mix it up.
Yeah, but still, like you just can't. There's some things that are just better left untouched, like the Boxcar Racer album.
True.
Perfect album.
Perfect
Why
album.
make another one?
Oh, you know who's got a new album? I don't know if you listen to him. Might as well
Who's that?
go into music. Bayside.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I like Bayside. I've seen Bayside 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, so Bayside's got a new album. Yeah, I played it through. Sounds like Bayside. It's good stuff.
I so I loved Sirens and Condolences by Bayside. That was, I think, their first album, at least their first one with any kind of success.
Mhm.
And everything after that, it just didn't catch my attention the way it did. I mean, I liked some of it, but like
Okay.
not the way Sirens and Condolences hit. Like that's
Okay.
like a masterpiece.
Yeah, I would say listen to the new one.
I mean, I've listened to a few. And Alkaline Trio recently released a new album called Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs,
Oh, okay.
and then Green Day, which I don't know why I even bring them up because I hate them, released a new album as well.
So did Sum 41.
Yeah, that I've heard a few tracks from. It's pretty good.
Well, I was also confused because then I was looking at my Spotify and there was like some ad and it was like Sum 41 and it was like new album in July and I'm like another one because they just released this one.
So it's a two-part, and it's like Heaven and Hell, I think is what it's titled.
Well, that's I think the way it's set up because I listened to it a few times because there's almost 20 tracks on it. The first part of the album is like early Sum 41. You know, you're
Like pop
talking
punk,
pop punk, and then the second half is like what was off of
metal,
like Chunk or whatever. Not Chunk. What is it?
Chuck,
Chuck.
Chuck.
So it's
Yeah.
definitely that heavier sound, which is neat. You know, it splits it up.
Did you like, was it All Time Hero? What was the name? Underclass Hero was the name of the album.
Yeah, because I thought it brought back more to their roots. It was definitely more
Yeah,
poppy, but I think
yeah.
it didn't have a lot of the members in it. Like I don't think the original
I think
guitarist
Brown
was in it.
Sound wasn't in it, yeah.
Right, but I was like, "Oh, okay," because I didn't listen to, like, the album before that or a few before that. I was like, "Meh."
Chuck was really good. Even the one before, um All Killer No Filler, Half Hour Power was good,
Yeah, yep, that original
and
one.
and
Mhm.
then and then Does This Look Infected was good, and then I liked Underclass Hero, and then I never really listened to anything after Underclass Hero.
Right. I'd say same
Some
goes. I was
Go
to
ahead.
say for, like, Good Charlotte,
Yeah,
there's an album that, John Feldman from Goldfinger, so John Feldman produced a lot of stuff, so he produced one of their albums, and I liked that
yeah.
one because it was more pop punky, and then, like, the stuff after, I'm like, "Eh."
Di I was at the gym the other day and I heard a Good Charlotte song that I hadn't heard in forever. I wish I could remember the lyrics to it so I could let you know which one it was. But I was like, I forgot how freaking good this was. It was so good. It may have been the one Feldman did. You know, he did California and Nine for Blank.
Oh, nice. So there you go.
Yeah, I think that, and I kind of blame Feldman for not liking those albums as much. I think list he put a little too much John Feldman in there, and the fact that Matt from Alkaline Trio was in there, not Tom. I will say in retrospect, I like both of those albums, even 9, which I swore I hated. Um, I just accept them for what they are, you know?
Right. I haven't put them on since I listened to them a while ago. I did go through the new Blink album again as well recently. Be like, "All right, let me check out some of these tracks again," but I haven't listened to those ones.
What are some standout tracks on the new album for you?
I like Dance is it Dance With Me?
Yeah, so that's a single,
Yeah, that one's a good one. I mean, Anthem 3 is a good opener, gets you
right?
pumped up. What else is on there? Turpentine.
That is my favorite.
Yeah,
That's
that
such
one.
a weird song. Such a weird song. That's the clap intro for those of you
Fair.
that don't know.
You're in the know now. Clap
You're in
along.
the know. That's right.
Music and sports with Russ and
I like
Jay.
Blink. I like Blink Wave. Did you like Blink Wave?
Yeah, yeah, that was the one that's, like, synthy or, like, sounds
Yeah.
retro.
Yep. That one, and then there's one more. Oh, When We Were Young. I like When We Were Young. That's a good one. When we were
That's the
young,
is
I
that the
used to run
closer?
in free like every other. When we were young, nothing too fast 'cause we just something together. When we were young. I don't know the words, I'm just making them up. The
There you go.
last one is, Where Did Our Childhood Go?
Oh,
Where
that's right.
did our childhood
'Cause I
go?
remember how it
I
ends
want.
because it sounds video game-like.
Oh, yeah, it's like, doo 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 doo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Other
almost Postal
music,
Servicey.
I guess a bunch of people played at Coachella, and they had, No Doubt got back together
Whoa,
and played some music there. So I was like, "Oh, I wish I coulda seen that."
no doubt.
No
Boy,
Doubt. They played and then, Sublime played, and I guess the singer's son, I guess, is taking over guitar and vocals, and he sounds similar to his dad, so I guess people are
interesting.
excited. I never listened to Sublime. I guess after the singer had passed, I don't know what time frame, but some guy named Rome had taken over, so it
Mhm.
was known as Sublime and Rome, and I guess some people are either with it or against it, but they feel like now where the band's at is pretty good because the guy's son is, taking the reins. So
Yeah.
Sublime.
I only like the one song, and I use "like" loosely. It's just not my jam.
Right.
I ain't got no Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. I don't know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
not my thing.
Fair enough. Music in it up. Yeah.
So we ever talk about, Russ? Music, sports, video games,
Yeah. Sometimes food, you know,
sometimes food.
snacks.
I want that hot dog.
It's a good one. I still have
I want that.
a little bit
You still
left.
have that bacon. Do you really? When did you go there again?
Sunday. It's only Wednesday.
So, okay, you might not get diarrhea if you eat it.
Got to get my $50 worth.
That's right. I can't wait to see how far you actually got. I'm gonna guess you got halfway through one, and that was it.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see if you beat that. I'll be impressed if you get one down.
Fair enough. Hey, we'd like to give a quick shout out to our top tier Patreon supporters: Dan and Nicole's Treasures Untold, Joe Sheevy, Trace Livinggood, Samantha Chang, Rodney Torres, Retroholic16, and Austin Mills. If you want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/Russ Lyman, or you could check out weeklywarpipe.com and pick up some cool stuff over there as well. Catch us every Wednesday and Saturday for new episodes. As always, I'm Russ Lyman. Keep your world fun bit by bit.